All right, welcome to episode number 4 of the Service Team Podcast here with your hosts, Cole, Wes, Jesse, and Kevin. And today we're going to talk about roadblocks and breakthroughs from building the team to our day-to-day to just growing up in general as men, and some breakthroughs that we've had as a team. So we're going to start off this meeting like we always do. What's a professional and a personal best from each one of you all? I'm going to start in reverse order. Jesse, fire us off first. What's a professional and a personal best for you this week?
Let's see. Professional best for this past week, I just say, I'm just diagnosing. That's what we've been doing the most of, honestly. Just diagnosing cars.
Had a lot of diags recently, I feel like. Yeah.
A personal best?
Yeah, 100%. Kevin, give us a personal and a professional there, big dog.
Personal best? Kind of had a rough weekend, but I'm feeling 75-80% better. So
Good.
Got over a sickness. I don't know if that's like a great thing, but it's better than being sick. So
There you go.
Professional best? I'm just constantly learning new stuff every day. Like that's every day I come here, I feel like I take a new piece of information home that I didn't come here with.
Good. I'm
So
glad to hear
I would
that.
say that's my professional best for this week.
For sure. It's awesome. Wesley, fire us off. What's a pro and a per?
Professional, probably, I would say just kind of, I feel like we're figuring out some of the kinks. Like, we seem to flow cars pretty well. Like, we all kind of know what we're doing. And, like, building Matthew up is, like, kind of, I feel like one of the final pieces. But, like, you guys, like, I can 100% be like, hey, here's a key. There's a car around the front that needs this. And I feel like you guys can tackle it pretty well no matter what we need. And that's huge. Being able to just give you guys stuff. So that's professionally the best. Personal best, probably my family, I'd say. I feel like my mom's birthday was today. I feel like I've been building like a better relationship with them.
Happy birthday, Sherry Newton.
Yep, happy birthday, big 50. But I just feel like I've been communicating with them better. I feel like I isolate myself a lot. So I feel like I've been doing better in that region.
50? I thought she was 25.
Yeah.
Come on now. Don't be throwing shade at your mom on her birthday.
No shade. She looks great for 50. She looks amazing.
There you go. Yeah, so personally, personally and professionally kind of tie into one another for me. The Auto Excel Christmas was so much fun. Kevin, I feel terrible that you weren't able to make it because it was so much fun, but I'm glad that we have the team that we have. I'm honored to have you all as a team. I think that was probably the most fun. I was telling the guy this morning that I've had at Auto Excel, and a little bit of pride in myself as I got to build this team. So it's so cool to get to run the show a little bit and hear what Mike had to say about everybody was cool from his perspective. And I hope everybody got something out of it as well. And Reagan got to play their biggest rival in conference and got to beat them, which was cool. She played phenomenally. Got to spend time with Aaron a lot this weekend, spend time with Alyssa. It's a well-needed family time. Professionally, again, was Auto Excel Christmas. I think it went smoothly and soundly, and everybody enjoyed their time. We had another killer week after having some 2 slow weeks. We absolutely killed it last week, so let's continue that. We've already started it this week. It's been pretty decent sales today. So getting back on track, we need to finish out the year strong. We've got 3 weeks left, so let's get after it. That's my professional best. So thank you all for all that you all do, and thanks for being a part of the team for sure. So the first section that we're going to get into, so like I said, the topic of the day is roadblocks and breakthroughs. So I'm going to go around the team, ask each one of you all questions. I want you all to answer first. I'll answer last, go in any order. So the first question I've got, first section of the podcast I've got is what's been the biggest challenge? So this is kind of a two-way question. For me and Wes, the question is, what's been the biggest challenge building this team? Because Wes has also helped me out a lot in building this team. And 2, for our other guys, what's been the biggest challenge of switching your mindset to join this team? So how are we different from the other places? What was the biggest challenge when you joined here of like, we got to get over this to grow into this new system. So I want to hear your all's perspective of that question first, that being Kevin and Jesse, and then I'm going to get Wes's, and then finally I'll end with me. So what is some challenges when it comes to building this team from your all's perspective?
As far as building the team, one of the things that was tough for me when I first started is just how much of a team it actually is. So like a lot of other places, you're kind of on your own, fending for yourself. So like a very small type of operation. It's basically, you're almost like your own little contractor basically under a building, and then there's different advisors and stuff, where like here, if you have somewhere else, if you have a car with a different advisor, you can't go to a different advisor and be like, hey, can you help me out with this? It doesn't really work like that. So here it's more so just putting the car and the customer first, rather than any of us or anything like that. So I think that was one of the things that was like, I don't want to say tough to adapt to, but it was definitely like a culture shock compared to most automotive repair shops I've worked at. I think that would probably be one of my biggest things. It's just everybody works together as a team and lots of communication here.
Yeah. Jesse?
For me, it really wasn't tough. Like, when I came here, the toughest thing for me was probably just like learning new stuff. Other than that, like, I think building a team was pretty easy. Like, everybody's helpful. I think everybody came in was like, I'm part of the team. Let's go get it. Let's work together. It's really not been no like big issues, honestly.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. I thought it was pretty. Once we got the ball rolling, it was a little smooth. Yeah. Wes, what's been a big challenge from your perspective of helping me and Dad build the team, as well as building the team in your own right? What's been some challenges you've noticed that got us to this point?
The only challenge, it seems to be, is like having the right person come through the door. Like, when it comes to like hiring people, I feel like 90% of it is like who you hire, and the other 10% is how you kind of spend the first 90 days with them. But like, when you guys walk through the door, it's a completely different attitude. Like, I know I'm having a conversation with somebody who is hungry to grow, who wants something different than they've had. And like, that is the biggest part, is like finding the right people to invest in. And that's probably the biggest challenge, I'd say, in building the team. Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, because like, we use a couple different platforms to like kind of get candidates, and like, you can put ads on Facebook Marketplace. You can talk to other shops. Like, there's so many different ways to get in contact with people. And I feel like it's a combination of a few different ways, because like, we got Kevin from, I don't even remember who.
Auto Shop Recruiting.
Plug them. And they're great. But like, we've had plenty of candidates from them that maybe weren't who we were looking for.
Right.
So I don't know if it's one thing, but just getting the word out there that you're looking, because, getting the proper ads out, because when someone who's really hungry, like, sees something enticing, like, they're more keen to go out and grab it, especially when it's like a bold offer, or, maybe not even like monetary wise, but just like, are you hungry for more? Like, do you want something? And do you want to work with great people? Like, those are good. Like, and just getting the word out, because somebody knows somebody. Everybody knows somebody who works on cars. Granted, not all those leads turn out great, but everybody knows somebody. So even customers, we were telling, hey, if you know anybody, to just getting the word out, I think.
Yeah, I'll agree to that statement for sure. Yeah, I've had the opportunity and the pleasure of building this team, and I've also got to see firsthand the struggles of building this team. So I'll start with Eric Poe. We talk about him a lot in this podcast, but he's just such a pivotal person of this team, and he's kind of the one who got the ball rolling on building such a team that we've got. Wes is also the other portion of that. Like, without those two, it'd been tough to build this team. The struggle that we noticed was financially. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but the Houston changed that mindset of build the NFL team and they'll bring in the money. It was more of, we need to have the money to buy the NFL team and then we'll bring in money. So the fear was, Eric's worth it and he gets compensated because he's worth it. But it was the fear of, I don't want to put him in a bad spot. I don't want to bring Wes down here and put him in a bad spot if we can't pay for him and we don't have work for him. So financially, that was a big struggle that we had to overcome. And looking back now, it's such a stupid hurdle that we just could have stepped over instead of jumping over. Like, those guys and you guys and everybody part of this team brings in revenue. We talked about it at the Auto Excel Christmas. Like, this is the most overhead Auto Excel has ever had, but team members aren't an expense. Team members are growth, and they pay for themselves, right? Like, I look at your all's numbers when you all do Racket Techs, like, you all pay for your all's selves. Eric, Brian, John, Wes, like, even though he may not hit his numbers, they may not hit their numbers, we know for a fact that they're going to honor their worth because they're worthy of it. Kirby's just starting, his was the easiest hire, I think, of anybody because we didn't really have to worry about that. And that position of an advisor is a revenue bringing decision. And as an advisor, I know how to hire advisors versus technicians, which kind of ties into my secondary struggle of hiring the right techs because I'm not a tech myself. Like, I try to hire different people from different areas, and hiring technicians and inspection guys was difficult for me because I didn't know who to look for. Jesse was brought to us by our top A-player technician, so I'm going to back him up because he's going to do it. You stood out in your interview, Kevin, immediately. But like hiring guys like John, if I had to hire Brian, those guys were a little bit more difficult because you never know what you're going to get. Like, they sound great in their interview. They could do great in their first 90 days, and then they turn out to be not so great. And that's one of those jobs that you have to trust that person. But hiring advisors, hiring inspection guys is a little bit easier. So those are the kind of struggles that I noticed of building that team. But looking back, they weren't really hurdles. They were more stepping stones. So what are some early failures or learning moments in life? So what's some early failures that you had experienced throughout the industry coming up to this point, as a child coming up to this point? What's some early failures and or funny learning moments that you have experienced either in day-to-day at Auto Excel or before you joined the team here at Auto Excel? So I'm going to start in the reverse order of what we were doing. Wes, what's some learning moments from your time at Auto Excel or some learning moments that got you to where you excel at Auto Excel?
I don't know. I feel like persistence, probably. I think I dabbled in that on like one of the previous podcasts where I bought that Volkswagen Jetta. Literally, like, if we do the numbers, I'm telling you guys, this car has twice I could have bought a different car, but like I wanted to fix it, and I just things just kept breaking, and I don't know what that was in me, but like just the ability to just keep on with things and not give up really is probably where that comes from. I'd say that's probably a key moment. And then kind of to snowball off of that, like with Kirby, like being in his first 2-3 weeks, like I can kind of like look back on that because it was just like a year and a half ago that I started and went through the exact same things and was confused about the exact same things. And like, it's kind of nice to have that such a recent memory with being just not even 2 years ago that I can kind of relate to what he's going through and kind of help explain things and do that a little bit. I think that's a key part of it. I don't know where else I can go off of that.
Yeah. Kevin?
As far as the industry goes, is just, you got to keep trying. Like Wes said, persistence. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Like, this industry isn't easy by any stretch of the imagination. There's lots of easier careers out there, especially on like the technician side.
Mm-hmm.
But I think just constantly, you're going to have bad moments, you're going to have bad days, but you're also going to triumph. So just keep pushing through and figure out the issues that you have. As far as like personal and life, I think they kind of go hand in hand, to be honest. I think everything like life-wise also comes from your career, and it's just a complete thing you build.
It's all a learning experience.
Yeah, as you mature. Yeah. So that's what I would say, I think.
Yeah. Jesse?
Mine would probably have to be patience. But like in this industry, you gotta have a lot of patience. And in like personal life, you gotta have a lot of patience. And I feel like I got a lot of patience. Like,
Hey.
Like
Fatherhood.
if something's going wrong with the car. Oh well,
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
Fatherhood is patience, big dog,
Yeah.
right? Especially for baby girls.
Yeah. So I feel like that's probably my biggest one. It's just
Yeah.
having patience, learning patience.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So kind of tell me a story. Like, we love stories around here. So like, what's a story that has proven that? Like, what's a story either in day-to-day life or that you've had since you've been in Auto Excel? What's a story that's proven your all's point? So patience, perseverance. What's a cool little story?
We had a Ford Transit van. Now this thing comes in with no power steering. Seems like a run-of-the-mill type of thing. That like he had worked on it previously. Power steering pump issue. Blah blah blah. Simple, right? No. Car comes in. We had this thing for months. Power steering pump after power steering pump after rack. We did the whole power steering system. Didn't fix it. Didn't barely improve it. Sent it to multiple dealerships. Still didn't get it fixed. And in the end, we ended up getting it fixed. We warrantied some parts. And at the end of it, like it was okay after, 2 months?
Oh yeah, it's every bit of 2 months.
Every bit of it. And this guy, he works out of his van. Like he's super cool, but like it's so hard to keep going at somebody like that and just not fixing it for him. And in the end, we got it fixed. He ended up bringing it back just not too long ago. And happy customer still. So I feel like that kind of puts in like the persistence thing is like, it took us a long time, but multiple technicians and multiple dealerships later, we ended up getting it fixed and he's still a good customer.
Yeah.
So there's
sure.
that.
Either one of you two got a cool story?
It's not a specific story, I guess, but when I made my original jump from the dealer to the body shop, I was really nervous because at the time, like I had ran the express department, but I wasn't like a full-blown technician, like completely. Like I struggled with diagnosis and I had never like pulled engines and done transmissions and stuff like that. So when I switched to the body shop, I was a little overwhelmed because from like day 2, they were asking me to do frame swaps on trucks, which is cab off, bed off, engine transmission out, all the suspension and stuff like that. And I didn't think that it was like, not that I wasn't capable, like I knew that I was capable, but I didn't really think I'd be able to do it in a timely manner.
Right.
That would like be profitable for me. So
sure.
It was one of those things where like I almost kind of like didn't want to take the opportunity, but then I just pushed through and I was persistent, and the first one was rough and the second one was rough, but after that it all started to kind of just fall into place.
Yeah.
So like even if you're not 100% sure what's going to happen, you just got to be persistent and try.
There you go.
Because you're going to fail. People are going to fail. Nobody's going to judge you for it. But you just have to get up and fix it. Yeah. So, like, that's kind of my story on it.
Yeah, there's a quote that says, it's not effort times intensity or something like that, but it's effort times like the time that you invest into it. And, like, over time, you're going to get better at it. Things compound, and that kind of wraps it all up right there.
Yeah. Now, maybe a controversial topic. I'm not going to judge you, but you should judge yourself. Like, if you feel like, man, I've missed this, I've missed that, look in the mirror, where can I improve upon that? What's next steps for Kevin, Jesse, Wes, Cole? What's next steps that I can do for myself to make sure I'm better at that job next time rolls around, right?
That's not being judgmental in my mind, though. That's just what you do with failure.
I'm judgmental on myself all the time.
That's observing and learning, I
sure.
think like being judgmental is just assuming something because of something like that, in my opinion. So
yeah, I agree. You're just evaluating.
Yeah.
You're reevaluating the situation, and like we go into it with like sales calls and like calls, like you go back and listen to it, and it's not really like judging, but like I'll be like, hey Cole, you should have said this, or he'll be like, hey, you should have said this. And
now my advisors, I'm gonna judge the heck out of
y'all. And it's just like the classic. Later at night, you're at home after a party, and you're like, dang, I could have had him. I should have had that roast or should have pulled this line to get the pretty girl or something. You know, you always think about it at the end.
Yeah.
Everybody does it. It's just reevaluating it with more time to think about it.
Agreed.
It's just,
Agreed.
I feel like and that's where you learn the most. I feel like.
Yeah.
You don't learn winning, you learn through failure for sure.
Yeah. And you deal with the same things multiple times, you're sure to learn about it.
You the only thing you learn in winning is how to win. Like you learn how I did this, but you got to self-reflect too. Because if you just think I'm the greatest because I can go up there and make a sell, or I can change an engine and this, like you have to grow. So that's what you learn in winning is how to win, but how to get to that point you learn by losing for sure.
In winning, you only learn one way to succeed, but when you lose, you win all the ways to lose, and you'll eventually figure it out, and then you know what works and what doesn't work.
For sure.
Still learning.
Jesse, what's a good story you have either here at Auto Excel or in your day-to-day life that's taught you patience? Because patience is a cool thing as a father and as a leader. So, like, what's something that's taught you? What's a good story that's taught you patience? Funny, not so funny, something.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have no cool stories about, teaching me patience.
I feel like you do.
There's one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a cool story. That's
the coolest story. You're a father, man.
Story, man.
That's the coolest story.
Basic story. It's probably the most patience that I've learned is having a kid, honestly. And it's not even hard. It's just like some of the times it just be annoying. And that's really like the hardest thing to overcome. Like, are you serious right now? Like, this is what you're gonna do at this moment. And it's one of the things. It's like, you know what? You either let it go. That's how you can do it. Just let it go and be like, okay, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But like any like cool stories, I don't have none.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
I don't have none.
Yeah, I'm gonna bounce off of your all's ideas of patience, perseverance, and all the things. Like we talked about the transit. There always seems to be one of them, right, Wes? Like there's always one pain in the butt vehicle at all times. Like I look at the Silverado,
BMW.
I look at the BMW, I look at the Transit, I look at the what's the ProMaster. I was thinking Pro Demand, but that's something different. But the ProMaster,
The Volvo.
There's always one all at the same time.
Dude, do you even know the real Volvo?
Probably not.
That's the story.
There's another Volvo.
This one taught me patience and perseverance. So,
2 Volvo stories. 2 big
my uncle that used to work here had this Volvo come in, and there was a running joke about anything that my uncle brought in is it was a turd. Always. It's a running joke. Now Wes gets it sometimes. This vehicle comes in.
Oh, I get it. You should have just left it there.
Yeah, not sometimes. Now he just gets
I
it.
just took the spot.
So it's the left-handed desk. It's that desk. That's the problem. But this guy come in with this Volvo XC70, one of the real long ones, wagon style. And he's like, I don't have any. He had brought it in, and he's like, well, I got this, and this. But I also know I have the ABS light, check engine light, this light, but I don't care about those. That's a first red sign. Like, hey man, this guy, he ain't gonna be the type of customer that you want to deal with. So without pricing out those items, he said not to even deal with. The ticket was $8,000. The guy was having his grandmother pay for it, and he's probably every bit of 50 years old, 45, 50 years old, and grandmother's paying for his car. Another red sign. Well, they do it all.
Aside from
a
few.
Besides the things that they should be worried about, they did it all.
Yeah.
We got it done, and it was never right. Like, oh, well, it wasn't doing this after you got done with this, and it wasn't doing that. So that's patience. Like, oh my gosh. We should, and this is the perseverance side, we should have never worked on this vehicle. It was so far gone that you have to look at the customer and be like, it's not worth your time and money. If you put $8,000 into I would rather you put $8,000 into a new car than spend any more money on this thing. It comeback after comeback after comeback. There was even a time I was the technician working on it because we didn't have anybody to work on it.
I
Comeback after comeback.
Just like this picture in my head of Cole in the back seat, headlamp on, trying to like fit a fuel pump into this car, like for the 10th time we've done it, and like something's broke, and it just won't connect just right, and it was this whole thing.
And we're going after somebody. They had a fuel line zip tied to the fuel pump, so I had to figure out that because he didn't want to replace the connection point. It's a quick disconnect. He didn't want to do it. He wanted to zip tie it. And so we finally got it fixed. Well, then there was another issue. And then there was another issue. And I'm like, here's the perseverance side. We learned from it. We know we ain't going to do that anymore. If it's not worth fixing, I'm going to say it straight up. As well as this guy come in hot and bothered talking to Wes. And was Matthew here or was it just you?
No, just me.
Yeah. It starts berating Wes. So I come up there. I'm like, hey, this is after hours. This is 6 o'clock. It's when we're doing this podcast time.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
seriously sketchy.
Yeah.
We thought that this guy might bring a gun to the shop.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh God.
he was just not the person you want to deal with. And he's no longer, we had to fire customers every once in a while, right?
Yeah.
We had to fire that customer that day. You can take it anywhere else. If it's something we did, we'll warranty it out. If not, we won't. And then he comes back with another thing. This is what you all did. We proved it wasn't. So no longer does Auto Excel have any liability with this vehicle moving forward. Do what you want with that information, but that's my final stand. Luckily, we haven't heard anything from it since. But that's kind of a patience testing. Like, oh my gosh, how many times is this thing gonna come back? To perseverance. Like, we learn that from now on, if it ain't worth fixing, it's our professional obligation to say it. Like, we have one today. Like, I would rather,
like 2 today.
yeah.
I'd rather you take it
That
than,
Escape from this morning.
yeah.
It's like,
And then that was it a Caravan?
yep.
Yeah. Caravan.
Oh, y'all did it with the Caravan too? Yeah, because that Escape, man, floor rusting through that sucker.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, it's become, by the time you fix this car, you can buy you a new one. So I wouldn't even fix it.
Yeah, and half the battle is once something is to that point and you go to try to take anything off, it's going to break. It's not going to go back together properly. Something else is broken while you're in there. I mean, it just spirals out of control.
Do y'all get nervous telling customers like, "Hey, we can't work on your car"?
Not anymore.
No.
I did. I felt like it was like wrong, but like after I experienced like some things like that, I was like, oh God, like, and they don't know like their car. People bring their cars in when they don't work,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and half the time like there's noises, there's a service that was due that could have been prevented it, whatever, or just an inspection like, hey, this is leaking. But like when something breaks is when they bring it in. So like when something breaks on a car and it doesn't immediately impact something and somebody doesn't want to fix it, whether it's because of money or whatever, or they just don't know that it needs fixed, like a light comes on, those things add up quickly. And then, a vehicle comes in and it's not worth fixing.
Yeah. And it's all about how you present it too. Like if you say we're not working on it. That's
That's what I was about to
dismissive
say.
and hateful.
Okay, yeah.
Because you got to go to them like, hey, it's not in your best interest to put any more money into this vehicle.
For sure.
You'd be better off buying a different car.
And that's how you present it. Like
you make it seem like you're not make it seem because you are really trying to help them out, but show them that you're trying to help them out rather than just be like, hey, your car's a piece of crap.
Yeah, we're not fixing it. Yeah, it is. Like that lady today broke it down. Like by the time we fix all of this with all the leaks and all the things and the frame rust and all that, like you could buy you another Ford Escape easily. Like it's waste your time and money and your safety and safety of others to continue to fix this vehicle and it break down next week. Like if that frame rusts through, that vehicle is total.
There was nothing wrong with that Caravan, but
no, there was.
There was plenty wrong with it.
I was over it. There was plenty.
And it does get to the point, like, it's
worked on it, fixed it.
But it's 2000 or 2003, whatever it was. And by the time you reseal everything and replace all the suspension components and do all that.
Leaking every fluid, full of trash and clothes, full to the brim in the back.
And we've got a Grand Caravan back there that we could have sold to them easily and been a better fix.
When cars come in like that, like they got roaches or something.
Yeah,
that's why I don't want to get in.
We saw
had
one
one here that one time.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah, I'm out on that. But yeah, so there's.
we don't need to.
Yeah. I do my jacket and everything with it. I'm not taking that.
So there's some early failures and learning moments. So that's kind of what I was going to get after. It's kind of some stories, some funny breakdowns. Like I love good stories. So the third section that we'll get into, what are some things you've seen be a turning point that either solidified or changed the culture at Auto Excel? What's some moments in your time with Auto Excel that you've seen either solidify what we already had set or change the culture of Auto Excel? So I'm going to jump gun this time. I'm going to go first, kind of elaborate the question a little bit. So one thing that absolutely, without a doubt, changed the culture at Auto Excel was Auto Shop Answers in Houston. That 100% changed the culture at Auto Excel. By the time you all joined the team, it was already in place and set. So we went from technicians doing inspections, taking an hour to an hour and a half, every inspection, line by line by line, and giving an answer to a customer who dropped off at 8 and didn't give an answer till 4. We completely changed that to 15-minute answers, quick inspections, but done just as efficiently, like done clearly and concisely, but with speed of service. The way we answer phones is different. The way we handle business is different. The way we track numbers is different. The way we market's different. What we learned in Houston completely shifted everything we thought we knew, flipped it on its head, and upgraded it. Things that solidify what we've already done is our EOS implementation. So Barry Barrett is our EOS implementer. He's also my uncle. The way that me and Wes track our numbers, the way that we put down our core values line by line by line, it's stated. Everybody that works here has one. We hire and fire by them. Like, that's already been stated, but it used to not be listed out. Now it's listed out, evaluated, perfected, essentially. So those are two things that I've seen change and solidify what we're already doing and what we continue to need doing. And the customers that come in that tell us those stories makes it even better. That solidifies it even further. They've seen the change. They understand what we're doing and where we're going with it. So that's my perspective. So I'll let whoever wants to go next.
Mine would probably be like when we do those team dinners or team lunches and stuff. I think it's just like, even like, when people have their anniversaries, birthdays, whatever, it kind of just shows, the technicians and service survivors and everybody that, like, Auto Excel, cares.
Yeah. That's why we do it.
Progress, and everything. Just you as a person.
Yeah.
And I haven't been to an Emmaus walk, but I bet that probably helps too. So.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah. I'll probably go in the next one. Not this one coming up, the one after.
Oh, man, he's on that ye of little faith. Yes, ye of little faith.
I would say something that kind of solidified it would probably be just the growth over the last month or two that I've been here, just like tracking the numbers and like seeing how we're doing better. Like, I think our process and the way we're doing things really works here. And I think I think that that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like, just to watch over, like I said, from start to now, we're doing really good, I feel like. So
Yeah. It's been a wild transition from the time that I started to now. Like, holy cow. We have actually came a long ways. If I sit back and think about like what we're doing, I guess, like, I don't know. Like, the phones didn't really ring like they used to. Shout out to all of our advertising. I don't even know who's doing the best job right now, but you guys are killing it. Like, we answer a lot of phone calls, and we're just, I don't know, we're just quicker and cheerier, and, I don't know. I feel like that all the things that go along with better business, more customers, better conversations with customers, way better.
Yeah.
It's easier. I don't know. It's just, everything's better.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Yeah, I look back when Mike, our business owner, my father, when he went to Houston and he come back, guns blazing, ready to shoot and kill everything, come around the corner, changing everything, just going ahead and destroying stuff and just leaving it in rubble. And then like, well, we got to figure it out, which is his way. He is so good at just jumping into things. Now, delegating and explaining it is where he comes into trouble, which is what I do really well. But my trouble is the exact opposite, is jumping in and start destroying things before we know what we're going to do. So bounce each other off. Wes is a good medium between that. He does all the above, not as efficiently, but he does all the above, right? Like he's ready to jump, but he also can further explain what we're getting into. So when Mike come back from Houston, Wes can attest to this of like, was like no to everything.
I talked about this a whole lot, but Cole hated it.
I hated all of this.
But, like, to be fair,
The speed of the inspection was my favorite thing. Everything else, hated it.
Cole almost would not put videos on his tickets.
Oh, me and Dad were like, we were back there. He's like, "What's wrong with you today?" Because I was mad. And I was writing stuff on the board and I was still trying to do the same process. And he's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Dad, I just struggle with doing these videos and this long, stupid inspection, taking all these time to do all this stuff and jumping off of things for me to do it and writing it down, and which we didn't have it the right way." And I'll get into that. And he's like, "You just going to have to do it, man." I'm like, "Why?"
That's the Mike Barrett answer.
Why do I have to do it? Like I've done the numbers, like, and I'm not saying I'm the greatest service advisor ever, but like when you look at the numbers, like this is what I do. Like I'm good at this. Like this is my numbers are the best that we've had. And like I was just so stuck in my own head, and Dad was stuck in his own head, and Wes is just trying to figure it out. Like he's just trying to learn it. And so that time from when Dad went to Houston to the time me and Wes went to Houston was a struggle. We're going back to what are some early failures and learning moments. That right there was like, gosh almighty, man, I can't figure this out. And it's making me mad because I'm not as fast as I used to be. Like you can give me a list of everything and I'm going to sell the heck out of it. But having to build it and separate it into ISO 1, 2, and 3, like it just did not make sense to me. And then we went to Houston and Wes literally watched my head light bulb.
Literally, we were it was like they said 3 words and Cole was like, "Oh,
yeah." we got on the plane and everything, and I'm like, man, I just like we're sitting there eating Dunkin' Donuts in the morning. I was complaining about how gross the coffee was. Like I was just in a mood. I'm like, I really just like I hope we learn something, but this process is I'm mad. Like we get down there and we spent the day. We went In-N-Out, which was the best burger joint ever, and then we got to the thing, and I was like, this is what I wanted to see them do the process. They did the rack attack process, and I'm like, holy crap, what just happened? Mind shift. Like from then on, we have a booklet of just notes me and Wes are taking.
Yeah,
just notes.
I would pay just about anything to be a fly on the wall that first night we came back from watching that. We were sitting in the hotel room, and I think we talked for like probably
2 hours.
A good 2 hours. I would pay to have that like conversation transcribed.
Yeah. I'm over here like up against the window, like, oh my gosh, what have we been doing this whole time?
Yeah, it was picturesque too. Like there's just a window, and you can just see the skyline in Houston, sun setting beautifully, and we're just like, oh my goodness, there's so much work to do.
I just picture a giant whiteboard and all the dots starting to connect.
Dude, it looked like a detective movie. Like we got red lines connecting pictures, and I'm telling you, it was a complete mind shift. We got done with that week, and I'm like, all right, now I'm fired up. Now we're going to do it. We're going to hire this NFL team. We're going to get after it. We're going to sell everything. ISO 1, 2, and 3. It makes sense while they break it down. These guys' numbers just make sense. And it's worked. We had 5 record months in a row. And the only reason we didn't have a record November is because we had a shortened week at the end. Like, we literally.
We still did, didn't we?
Yeah, we still did it. Matter of fact.
We were
never mind.
$40,000 above what we did last year.
Yeah, we almost doubled what we did last year. And we had a shortened week.
And I mean, the biggest sign of our growth is Mike not having to be here every day. When you don't have to own here every day, I mean, that's a great thing.
That's a great growth.
Yeah.
That's a great point, Jesse. Because,
like he growing out of like needing that person. I feel like.
Man, I want to talk about that. That goes to question 2 and 3. If I can continue my rambling of like, Mike is so good at what he does that everybody wants him to do it all. And if I had to hear "we need to wait for Mike" one more time, I was going to throw my fist through something, a face, a wall, a brick, something. If I had to hear, "oh, we'll have to wait on Mike," because there was literally a time me and Wes had to go back there, going to take 5 or whatever it was, and literally say, "Mike is not coming back. I will not hear wait on Mike one more time. Mike is not coming back. Pretend like he's in Montana, retired, hunting elk all day. He is not coming back to fix your problems."
Yeah. Literally like a tough diet.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to have to send it to the dealer or wait on Mike. Almost every time.
Every time. It used to wear me out. And then look what's happened now. Like, I've only think we've sent 3 to the dealer, and they've been problems. Like, we've tried something and it didn't work. That's the only time. It used to be, "oh, I'm not even going to look at it. It's going to the dealer or Mike." And I'll congratulate you two, really, because you two have been doing majority of the initial diagnosis. And then I congratulate those guys for growing past that. Right. So no longer waiting on Mike for the technicians, and then a complete mind shift for me and Wes has completely shifted Auto Excel in its entirety. And I'm so glad we went to do that thing, because Wes is willing to grow every 2 seconds, but I can get easily stuck in my ways of like, it works. Why would I need to change what works, man? Like, I know what I'm doing, and then having to flip my whole process. Like Wes, it improved his process. It changed my whole thing. So I was mad at that, like having to completely change everything from my end. But yeah.
Change is hard, though. Like, you think about it. Like, if you're just get caught up doing something so much, and then like you find the most efficient way to do it, and you think you're doing it the most efficient way. Like, I feel like for us especially, but it's hard to imagine doing it differently. But then even when you first start, you're not going to be quick at it. Like, I'm just thinking back like to our inspections. Like, I think that was your biggest objection, is like,
oh, it was the inspection process for sure.
It's going to take us so much longer to do these videos, and it did. Like, the first freaking, I don't even know how many, it took forever. And then, eventually you can get it down pretty quick. In about 5 minutes, you can build a whole one, put it on there. Doing it on your phone's huge.
It depends on the car a lot too. I feel like with the speed.
I agree.
If there's a
big turn,
but even still, like, I feel like I've noticed Wes and Cole get way faster at the bigger turd cars. Though I don't know if it's like, in a weird way, they'll just like stop talking to us and just take video after video after video. Maybe it's probably because you guys just know so much. Like, you don't need us to be like, "hey, this is what's wrong with this." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, but I'll stand beside.
Yeah, sometimes it really is. It really is like that sometimes, where like we just lift the car, take the tires off, and like I don't even say anything to you. You're like, "Yep, this is it.
Yep.
Next video, this is it." So I can see that.
Yeah, eventually, like, one person full time in the back will be like the scribe taking the videos, and like that's just kind of like we just gotta get to that level. And like, I don't know about you boys, but like, I can see a bright future. It's out there a ways, man. It's out there, but I got freaking binoculars. I'm looking to grow really big. So,
Next question. This kind of ties into our already talked about topic 3, but what's something that you all have seen that is proven that we're on to something? Like, I think we've already kind of touched on it, but like, what's something you all have seen that Auto Excel has implemented? It's like, oh man, that's nuance. That's something that I've seen before, but it's been perfected. What's something that says we're onto something, but also can tie into some growth? Like, man, we're onto something, but let's add this to it.
Yeah. I can think of one specific story, and this literally goes in like with our videos. But like, the real game-changing moment for me was like, I did an inspection. It was a Kia Rio or something like that. And I did the whole inspection on it, and there was like, I think like $2,000 worth of work on it. Nothing crazy, like normal stuff, control arms and maybe like a tire or something. And I sent him all the videos, and the person literally called me and said, like, I want to go ahead and do it. What's the price? And I gave them the price, and they said, go ahead. And I was like, I didn't even tell them anything about it. They just wanted to know the number. And I was like, this is crazy. And that's really when I was like, all right, like, we have to dial this in, get the inspection video as good as possible. So it just makes the sale so much easier. And I think that was like really where I was held up. And that was like a big light bulb moment for me.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago, though.
Yeah. And I'll say since Matthew joined, your sales have been phenomenally, exponentially better.
Yeah.
I'll say
I
that.
don't know what that is. Maybe
Competition, man.
Competition. That's what I was going to say. Competition. Like, it subsequently in the back of your mind, like, he's coming in to sell. 2, you're training him a little bit. So it's perfecting your craft.
Yeah, I think maybe more of that. But probably.
And 3, you've got more time to focus in on the sale.
Yeah, I was gonna
So
say, I feel like
that's
you might have more time to focus, get it 100%, all your ducks in a row before stuff like that.
Yeah, that is actually huge.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's still early on, but literally, like, hey, can you just take care of this busy work while I focus in here for a second?
Dude.
Yeah, answer the phone.
Today, I
Yes.
felt like I didn't even need to be here, but I did. But today, I was sitting over at the desk. I'm like, I'm doing clerical work. What's clerical work? Oh my gosh, Matthew and Wes are answering phones, and then I left while you was on lunch to go grab something. Eat Katie's phenomenal sourdough bread, so thank you, Katie. And Matthew's like, oh, I can hold it down for a minute. I'm like, oh yes, check. Week number 3, he's holding down the shop. Check. Let's go.
I have been answering the phone probably, like, not even a quarter of the time I used to. Spending so much less time on the phone, and it is, like, freeing. Like, I used to sit in the phone, like, when the phones are hot, like,
It's hard not to answer. Yeah.
one after the other while you're dealing with a customer and trying to make a sale, and like that is huge. Literally just taking the phones over. That is
Oh my gosh, it's been such a big help.
crazy.
And it allows me to do the inspections a little bit easier. Like, I know that, man, he made a sale today that I want to congratulate him on. We'll get into that. But, like, it makes it a lot easier knowing, like, if I do the videos, y'all can just solidify the sale. And so doing the videos, I can take a little bit more time, spend a little bit more time with these two and learn different things and take a little bit more time on the videos because I know you all are going to turn around and sell. So appreciate that for sure. But to give a shout out to Matthew is we had that Mazda first thing this morning. And you got that Mazda in quick. And then I built the estimate, sent him over the inspection. I come back up here. He's like, it's sold. I'm like, Wes sell it? He's like, not it. I said, huh?
Yep.
You sold it?
Yep.
Went over there, gave him a bear hug and put him in a chokehold. I'm like, let's go, big dog. Like, I love that. That's awesome. Like, he just sold it. And I was thinking, oh, Wes did it because Wes knows the process and he's good. And Matthew did it. I'm like, heck yeah, dude. Like, how about that?
Yes.
So I'll give him his congrats on that. That was impressive. That was cool. I was glad to see that. That was cool as a shop lead to see a guy just jump into something like that. And he's not one to jump into nothing.
No.
He's a note-taking,
guy.
detailed. He's about as detailed as Brian is. Like, detailed.
I think he might be a little more detailed. He writes down everything.
Word for word.
Yeah, like if you tell him something.
Word for word.
Yep. I think that kind of ties into our process. Like, if you hired me even now, 3 weeks ago, with our old sales process, or Matthew, like, he probably wouldn't be able to do it.
Mm-mm.
Like, it's so much more coachable,
Yeah.
like, duplicatable, and that's, like, scaling. Like,
See,
it
it
makes it so much
it was easy for me, simple for me as well. Like, oh, the inspection's going to do the work. All I got to do is give a price. Oh, that's simple. Like, that's all I did. And like, and then I had to learn what things are and what they do and what happens if you don't fix them. But like, just being like, oh, the inspection said this, and this total investment, do it all is this. Like, simple for me. I still do it. Like, there's still some customers. I'm like, hey, to do it all is this. You want to go ahead and get it done? I'll go ahead and order the parts. Yep. Boom. Click. In the phone call. But it was a perfected craft really because that was the process. But
Yeah.
I still have to get used to not, like, if I sell this, like, not selling the rest of the inspection too. Like, it's still an overcoming struggle for me is to do that.
Yeah, and you kind of like, especially now, like a new customer that comes in, like something's happened with the previous shop that they've worked in, whether it be bad service or bad work or something. There was an issue, and they're coming to us to try to fix it. And like one of the biggest hurdles is like trust, and it's so much easier to trust someone who you hear physically in the video talking about your car. They see it's their car, they see it's broken. Like, and we try to like, explain it to them a little bit more. Like, I feel like it makes more sense to them, and it gives them like their own time to process the information instead of kind of putting them on the spot on the phone. But like for customers who come back, that's all we do anymore.
Yeah.
Like if they come back, they know the process, they watch like the videos, we could send them pictures, no problem. It's just that initial like crossing that barrier between like another shop and where they're at Auto Excel.
Yeah.
Oh. We do it a little differently.
We definitely
Way differently. Well, anything from the actual inspection team, like what's something you all have seen that has been like, oh, we're on to that. Like we're on to something here.
I think. Go ahead.
Fire away, Jesse.
Probably the rack attacks in general, like being able to get the car in quick, 15 minutes if they're waiting, bring them back there, they can see what's wrong. And I mean, I think that probably makes the sale even better for you guys. Like, just being able to visually see like this is what's wrong with my car, and if I don't get it done, I might die.
Yeah, I mean, it can get
Depending on what it is.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is.
Control arms. I mean, we're gonna be out of here.
Yeah. Wheels coming off.
Yeah, that wheel's coming off.
I think it kind of ties into like my last answer with just all the growth and like John and all those guys flagging lots of hours and we're having record months and stuff. So it's like I am new to this whole process, but it's like it does work.
Yeah.
Like you can't argue it as much as I'm sure you tried at the beginning,
Oh, I tried.
It
I
works
tried real
really,
hard.
It
bro.
works and it works really well. All the interactions I have with customers, like I haven't had, I've had one or two, but one or two that I can think of, but
Red BMW.
not even that one. It was the other guy. I forget.
Caravan or Town and Country.
Oh yeah.
Whichever one told me to go have a nice time with myself. But like all the customers that I drive home and talk to, like they love you guys. They love the shop. They say we're honest. So it's like that stuff really definitely does work for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
And it like reinforces what we do.
Yeah.
It's like I like being a part of. I don't like hearing like bad stories of shops and like imagining like, oh my gosh, imagine if one of the guys did that.
Yeah.
Like, there's scenarios for everything and like things happen, but I hope at least that 90%, every time something breaks or something, we're fixing it right.
Yeah.
We're going to warranty it. I know for a fact if I sell a job, if it comes back in 2 years, Cole's going to be here and he's going to warranty it out and he's going to fix it for him. Like, it builds integrity and reinforces what we do. Like it's so much easier to say that and promise something to a customer when you make enough help hold it.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, going back to objecting it, we had to have so we do a EOS meeting, and it's a quarterly meeting, and it's me, Wes, Dad, and Barry, and it runs to this meeting, and Wes was ready to buy all in, and Dad's guns blazing, hell or high water, and Barry went at the same time as Dad, so he's kind of the same way, but he has a little bit better of an understanding of like how to break things down other than just do it. And me and Barry have a different relationship. Me and Dad have a really good relationship where we can bounce ideas off of one another. But if I disagree, a lot of times it can be like, well, because I said so, because he's my father still, right? So it happens that way sometimes. But me and Barry can bounce the ideas off of one another and have a calmer conversation. And so it come down to Barry kind of getting in of like, Cole, like you have to get this, man. Like if you don't get this, it'll cause a problem at the shop. Like if you're the leader of the shop and everybody else is doing it and you're still backing it up, like it shows you're a poor leader. 2, it shows like you're so stubborn you can't grow. Like, buy into it. I was like, well, I need to go to Houston. Like, once I get back from Houston, I may change my mind. Sure enough, I did. But I have to get an idea on my end of like, oh, that's how it's supposed to go. Like, taking somebody's word for it is tough for me. Like, I have to see it. It has to be tangible. Other than my faith, about anything else has to be tangible in my hands and proven, which got the Bible right here. That is tangible. It's right here, right? Like, it's spelt out for you. And so sometimes it has to be spelt out for me to attack it. So yeah, going back to that. But yeah, Barry was probably the biggest, like, you need to straighten up a little bit.
I remember that meeting, and I was like awkwardly positioned in between Cole and Barry, and I'm like, all right, who's going to break?
Yeah. And yeah, Wes is just smiling because he's like the 3 figureheads of the Barrett family are about to go fisticuffs. And
then there's Wes at the other end of the table.
Like, hey, whatever you guys want to do, I'm just here to make it.
The 3 Barrett figureheads are arguing, and then there's the honorary Barrett just sitting there hanging out with everybody. Just the vibes guy.
I'm 20, guys. I'll do whatever you want, but I like this idea.
Yeah. Me and Wes had a lot of debates up front too of like, man, I just don't make sense. And he's like, well, this is the way that it's supposed to be. I'm like, I just don't make sense. Like,
I struggle with explaining stuff like that. Like, I'm just like, I don't know. I think things a little bit more technical, I guess. I don't know.
ISO 3 was one of the biggest ones, like the maintenance side. I'm like, I'm just going to build the maintenance in with safety because it can become a safety thing. But it made sense of why we do it. It's still hard for me to sell it that way. But it makes sense of why we, break it down. We're not overloading the customer and all things. So
yeah, and it's kind of good, like, lead into the next one at least. Like, hey, you don't absolutely have to do this today, but we need to get it on the schedule. If it's a good vehicle, sometimes we get to climb on some of the safety things, and it's like, well, we're going to take care of that first.
Yeah, but we need to get that on the schedule too. Like, hey, when do you plan on attacking this? So. Yep, there we are. So this has been episode number 4. We're going to finish it out the same way we always do. What's a standout takeaway from today's meeting or the day at Auto Excel? And what's one way we can make the industry, ourselves, Auto Excel 1% better? Jesse, fire us off this time.
All right. So one takeaway from this meeting is that patience, persistence, and what is just important. Like, just having those in your, like, just being able to get past everything in your day-to-day is just good for your growth. And really, that's about it.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Okay, dog. Hold on. What's one way we can make ourselves 1% better?
1% better? I'd have to say, man, just stay honest. That's it.
Hey.
I mean,
look at the inspection guys.
People hate when you don't go to an honest shop. So I think that's why a lot of people go to, like, janky, outside mechanics that just work, on the streets. Because they're like, people think, I know what my problem is, I'm just get it done. But, if you go to an honest shop, like you said, the videos, bringing them back there to see the vehicle, I feel like that'll make it better.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, dog.
My takeaway from today, I don't think I have like a crazy philosophical takeaway.
I think it don't have to be philosophical.
I think today more so is just Toyota Priuses are like really finicky and kind of hard to work on sometimes. Like, you got to do everything exactly how they want you to do it. I think that's my takeaway from today.
Yeah, that's a good takeaway.
What we can do to be 1% better as an industry or as Auto Excel.
Not work on Priuses.
No, I don't mind it. It's not that. It's just, I thought it was weird how, like, one little thing not being right messed the whole thing up. But
yeah, they seem like a car that would be finicky like that.
They're super.
I want to say, I feel like this is such a cop-out because I say it every time, but just keep doing what we're doing and keep being honest and have integrity and not trying to oversell and force maintenance issues when there's safety issues and just the stuff we do on a day-to-day basis. I feel like we are really the bright side of this industry.
Effort times consistency. It's huge.
Wes?
Biggest takeaway from today? I don't know. I think it's going to be a kind of a two-parter here. One answer for both questions.
Get it?
Biggest takeaway for me today is like how important like our videos are and how much of a change I feel like that was in this business. And one way to make the industry 1% better is, guys, if you're listening to this, take videos for your customers.
Yeah. I mean, I don't disagree with that.
And if you are not going to a shop that takes a video,
Go to a shop.
Yeah, of what you're dealing with your car,
Come to Auto Excel.
Come to Auto Excel.
come here. Or find someone in your local area who does, because it's a game changer.
Come here. For sure. Yeah. My biggest takeaway from today has been visible growth. Watching, like, I congratulated Matthew of, I got it. I'll take care of it for 15 minutes. Like, watching a guy who's in his third week, and Jesse and Kevin did the same thing for me. Like, they got it. Like, watching those guys say that within their first month of working at Auto Excel is super cool to see. Wes is coming into his own as a sales guy, as a professional customer handler, essentially, like coming in there and taking care of his people how he should. Watching the guys in the back grow the way they need to grow, taking on new challenges. Visible growth has been the takeaway for today. Like I said, I got to kind of chill out and do some clerical stuff that needs to get done, and having the time to do so is awesome. And 1% better, what we can do to make Auto Excel 1% better is capitalizing on growth opportunities. So, calling myself out, don't be afraid to attack something that could easily grow Auto Excel. Don't continue to push it off and procrastinate it or disregard it altogether. If there's a growth opportunity, take it by the reins, full on, get after it. So this has been Auto Excel Service Team Podcast, episode 4. Thank you all so much for joining. Hope you have a blessed night and stay safe out there. Peace.
See ya.
We gotta get like